TnC, but in 49 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go completely opposite to you guys then. I'm gonna say boom, and I'm gonna put it at 64 minutes. I reckon is gonna be my prediction.
I need some sleep, Nat. Come on.
Okay, no, I'm still gonna stick with it. But I'll let you guys jump into game number 3. I'm very excited for it.
As are we. We get a game 3. We get another one. These SCA tier qualifier games, they're absolutely delivered. Definitely worth burning the midnight oil for as we head to our last game of today. The winner will go on to face Fnatic in upper bracket final. Obviously, a matchup TnC is so familiar with. Fnatic and TnC have been rivals throughout the SCA region for as long as I can remember, the two top dogs of the region, and boom, one of those teams has been looking to make that breakthrough. See if they can do it here in game number 3. What do you make of what you're seeing so far, Pondo, out of drafts? Do you have any thoughts you'd like to add?
I have some thoughts, but I think somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, no thought. No time for thoughts. Okay, they pop the smoke and they actually... Okay, no one's gonna die. You're good. Thoughts, let's hear it.
Like, I think Boom's draft is... I feel like they sort of ignored what TnC is trying to do with their draft. Boom just kind of picked what they wanted, you know, Centaur with the E and the Jug. I can respect that, but I do think TnC has like, quite a few good answers. Like this Spectre is gonna be quite relatively hard for them to kill, I think. Because this TA is not gonna be huge. Like this TA has a Razor lane. Mikoto is probably gonna go jungle early, and here we see Boomy actually blocking the small camp. This is like really heads up play from Boomy. The TA is gonna struggle against the Razor. He just wants to go jungle. I think the camps will...
Yeah, I think the last time I saw a TA mid, it was Fnatic. When they picked TA, they had their small camp blocked as well. Couldn't deny that bit of extra farm. If Mikoto gets a sentry out.
Oh, the sentry
deal with that.
Barely almost missed the observer ward.
Yeah. It's out. Yeah, it's just outside of range, I want to say. We'll find out.
I think Boomy should have placed a sentry on the right side instead, because it's common ward spot anyway. Two birds with one stone.
Maybe he's worried about a Radiant sentry being there to do war. Who knows?
Yeah.
Either way, we'll see how some of these lanes unravel. The Jug pick, a carry we have not seen all too often. It's been all about the TPs, the Medusas. We get ourselves a Jug. What made this a good Jug game, do you think? As he just chases down, he almost gets a kill on block, forces a Fairy Fire. But yeah, why do you think Jug?
I think Jug is just, it fits with their lineup a lot. Like, they need that sort of power damage, and they want like a semi-carry. They don't want someone that can only farm because they already have a game in. They want to play around Mikoto. So it's quite a common pick pair with Juggernaut. And yeah, I don't feel like it's particularly good against TnC's heroes, which is why I say I feel like kind of ignore TnC's draft and just went for what they were comfortable with.
Comfort picks in the game 3. That's the thing I feel like we're generally familiar with when it comes to competitive Dota. Gonna go down, you may as well go down with some of the picks that you feel confident on. But Razor having a good time this mid lane. 5 denies already, as you kind of expect. The TA a little bit on the back foot, but still getting some of her own.
This is really a clash of ideologies, I guess, or I don't know what to call it, but TnC is so focused on countering the enemy heroes. Snapfire pick counter the egg, the Razor pick counter the TA. But boom. We'll see. We'll see who has the edge in this game.
How much do you think these lanes... We were all saying, we're all predicting this game's going to potentially 45, 50, 60 minutes. Do these lanes matter that much then? Is it just about having a stable lanes, or is one of these teams going to come out on top of the lane?
For sure, if Mikoto gets to play a TA game like a TA, like, and be explosive, like, look on the TnC heroes, I don't think they have the best like refract charges making heroes. The only real thing they have is like the snap ulti. So this TA can definitely get like a super early BKB Deso timing and start the game really fast, because Boom's lineup is so fast. All their heroes are really quick, really fast tempo heroes. TnC, like, maybe this Spectre doesn't have time to come online if this Razor doesn't very well against the TA in lane.
And we already have stacks being made for the TA as Phoenix falls back to start getting some of those going. I think making Makoto's life a little bit more difficult in this mid lane, but he's sitting on 14 CS. They're equal on last hits with more denies going the Razor's way. Hodo, he's a TA specialist. I'm sure he's played this matchup countless times.
An interesting thing I want to point out is that, so I think you start the game with, you can buy 4 sentries. Currently, Dire use 3 sentries. You use 1 at mid for the small camp, and me use 1 for the big camp up, and 1 for the small camp. So he actually only has 1 sentry left to deal with the stack. And the Phoenix stacking those 2 camps already is like quite a big deal. But I really wonder what TnC is gonna do to counter these stacks that the Phoenix are gonna make.
See if they go for any kind of invade play. See if TA is farming them early before like a Nyx is level 6 or something. That could be tricky for them. Yeah, these lanes seem overall, you know, most of these cause farming. There's an edge going Boom's way down in this bottom lane. I'm getting a bit more farm than the Death Prophet, and it feels like Death Prophet being a bit zoned out, but either team winning any of these lanes convincingly.
Yep, the DP might start to do better and better bot lane once he has more points in Cypher. But the top lane is...
pressure top, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty rough for the Spike, I imagine.
Not gonna die to this damage, but they're making his life very tricky here.
Yeah. Centaur only needs 500 more gold and he's gonna have the Vanguard.
Yeah, at that point he can just... Yeah, we may see Gabbi being forced back into the jungle fairly early on. Not that Spectre is a hero that really wants to go into the jungle early on at all.
TnC is really like depending on their Razor and the DP to bring a lot of tempo to this game.
Play from high, he uses that ward to stack the big camp. He can't get to the Ancients in time, but he stacks the big camp using that high ground ward of his. Yay. Back, same to the Spectre. Neither team going hard for any of these kills, just trying to play things safe, play the farm game as much as possible.
Yep, again, like we see all the supports moving. It's only 5 minutes and everyone has left their lanes.
Blessings.
Alright, question then.
Yeah, I think I'm biased against Pop. I would say Pop.
Against him? Oh, you think he's going to get first blood or give up first blood?
Give up first blood, because last, like, he fed first blood as well in last game as DP, right, against Pop and Medusa. I think those kills, like, you can't let those things happen, because it's not like a third stack came in, right? This was the lane you knew you were gonna lane against, and you still died.
Maybe it's gonna be happening. Hyde trying to protect the stacks, and TA looks to turn this one around. Tim's in some trouble with the dive slow. Hawk has been saved a first blood as Makoto picks it up. They were trying to contest these stacks, but Boom were ready for it. Even after they got dewatered, they still just held their ground.
So much, every single game, like the game revolves around this stack. It's actually so interesting to see how Dota has evolved right now.
Yay. Happy with this start. It feels like all 3 Radiant cores having a fantastic start. They're the top farmers. Net worth-wise, they are the leaders, with TA having all that jungle farm and Centaur having such a good time with his fast Vanguard, can just play aggressively behind the tower. This top tier 1 tower probably going to be pressured very early on as a result.
Now this TA is actually pretty huge. He's already 500 gold ahead of the Razor. Go to TA.
There's not really much more Armad can do. If he's the one invading those jungle stacks, they may just TP in with the Stampede and kill him. Like, he's not that tanky and has to respect the rotation potential. Not to mention Omni Slash is now up. Juggernaut is going to be pushed back though, as the TP's down from TnC with the rotations from both supports. Himself did not want to go for any kind of overly aggressive maneuver.
Really hope I get to see the interaction of the Siphon and the Spin. Pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Twitch chat is lulling at me right now.
99% Twitch chat doesn't know. So instead of saying you're pretty sure, you just say you're 100% sure whichever way, and nobody in chat's going to know either way. So I don't have a clue. That's the key, you know. I know you knew the casting thing. You just have to make bold statements, and nobody will know better.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Alright. That doesn't look... I don't know if TnC have a way to defend this tower. Spectre's still up here, but it looks like they'd much rather go for the trade. Hawk has the Exorcism still running, but
under attack.
This tower is pretty healthy, and the Exorcism is wearing off, so... instead of going for that T1 tower, it looks like TnC are going to try and defend this top lane.
Ooh, Gabbi. Oh, I mean Armel. He TP to top
Yeah.
like that. A little
He
weird.
shows himself. Yes, following the Jug up there. So Jug made his way up top with his TP and maybe getting pushed back out of this lane. He finds Armel, but has a stomp and is going to walk away from him. Is it going to be forced to stampede? Yeah. He actually does have to stampede away. It's a good ultimate to force out. That could open up some plays for TnC now.
It's actually like really bad for the Centaur's game that the Juggernaut TP'd top and they didn't manage to take the tower. Maybe they overestimated their pushing power as of now. I think the healing ward was on cooldown as well. That's why they can't push the tower. Now the Centaur feels like he has nowhere to go, you know, like he TP's bot and TnC can just bring like 3 or 4 heroes and dive him.
Dire's middle
Really
tower
asking
is
like
under
Forts and
attack.
teammates like anybody want to make a play or something? He will TP bot. Usually that's where the support tries to get their level 6, but he's saying this lane's mine now.
But there's no stampede, so if the Razor comes down here with a few of the supports, like yeah, exactly that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come to this Centaur and this is gonna destroy the Centaur's game if this Centaur dies.
It's such a heads-up play. They know the Stampede's down, so there's an opening here. Phoenix, almost was in the right position to scout this smoke gank out, but looks like they're going to sneak by, and I don't think FBZ's got a way out of this one. Get the plasma field slow with the static link. FBZ, Hoof Stomp gets out of the static link, but just delaying the inevitable. Perhaps he's juking in the trees, and will still go down. Is there a return play? Like it. Trouble here. Armel with the Eye of the Storm up, TP out. It's gonna be close. Oh, one more right click was needed.
Boom has been quite ineffective, I think, in the last 30 seconds. Like, at least if you want to leave your Centaur to die bot, at least move one of the supports to top lane to force this Spectre out. Like, look at the Spectre, he's just farming under a tower like that. Like, against a Jug, like, this should not happen. Like, this Jug should be able to take this tower with some of his teammates.
Even someone like, you know, Makoto, he wants to farm, he wants to do the TA things, but that's a great hero to pressure towers early on.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They're gonna pressure mid instead, giving up their bottom tier 1 tower, but making their focus on this mid lane. With a siege creep here and no exorcism, Bok has committed it for the bottom tier 1 tower. Boomer feeling like they are the stronger team now if they can force this in the mid lane.
Oh, the book
really
is coming out.
keep the seed.
The book is coming out. If Teams gives the book to Boomy, he's gonna have Snapfire ulti, and they might all just die.
Well, they kept the siege wagon alive for a long time with Makoto and FBZ taking tower shots. His tower looks like it should be going down. Boomy's still just level 5 though.
Dire's top tower
Doesn't manage to get his level 6. Nyx Assassin actually going to be the one to pop it, so no Snapfire ultimate. As the tower gets denied, both towers get denied, top and mid. A lot of gold being taken away, but a lot of map control potentially being gained by Boom with these towers being claimed.
Risky maneuver, but it paid off for Boom. Now their map is so much more wide because of these 2 towers.
Team's going to fall back, farm some of their jungles, their stacks, their triangles. Level 6s are online though. Support's getting level 6 feels like makes a big difference this game. The Snapfire ultimate you mentioned, the Lion Finger, where it feels like much higher kill threat on both sides.
But Boom definitely have the edge right now because of the Stampede. It's gonna be really hard for TnC to actually kill anyone effectively, unless teams get some like 6 stun on a half HP hero.
That comes out. Do you think it's game plan for Boom that they should be going for some kind of smoke play? As Tim's actually being caught out here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just that level 1 Carapace, he gets brought down, and Lion just committing a finger, looking to start building up those stacks perhaps. Not really sure it was necessary, but he wants the bonus damage.
Yep, he immediately smokes as well. He wants to go in and plant these 2 orbs. First player that I used to see this, do this was Jerax at Ti10. He always does this where he uses a smoke because he knows that it's important because he has the 2 orbs, and TnC has no way of knowing where he places these 2 orbs.
Run past enemy vision and basically run past creeps to plant wards in places where they're not going to get rewarded. I'd dive away from Razor rotation, but it does look like Lion managed to successfully get 2 wards down that for now have gone undetected.
Yep, the only solution for that play is if TnC just spams sentries in their jungle for 5 sentries, which is not unreasonable right now because the sentries are so cheap. Back then at Ti10, it used to be like what, 100 gold or something per sentry.
There's one sentry coming out. It misses on Boomy, and they go for a smoke. I believe that was scouted. They were right under that Radiant Ward when they smoked, so maybe not. FBZ, he's farming a jungle camp. He's got Stampede. He's gonna run in, and I believe he ran past the sentry, so I don't know if FBZ saw this or not, but he's playing as if he did.
No, the Nyx is still smoked, so he actually didn't see the Nyx, but sniffed it out.
Because I'm pretty sure they smoked under that observer ward by that outpost. Or maybe the trees were blocking the vision, but... Well, played by Boom. They've got a 2k gold lead. Pretty much all of that is the TA.
He got the ward.
I think they realized they smoked under a ward, perhaps. Maybe that's what they were thinking. They're like, man, they realized we smoked.
There's no way FBZ is this good, right?
Yeah.
But he actually was, I think. I think he was actually just that good. Because he was farming the big camp like he didn't know that they were smoked.
Exactly. Yeah, he took a little while to react in some ways. Armel mid, down to half health here, but gonna recommit facing him. Kodo just still looking to farm those item timings. Went for a Dragonlance before the Deso. A bit of a slower build up towards that kind of Deso blink timing. We'll have to see if he even goes for the blink, but typically you still will.
Yeah, I think we see this build. We have seen this build a lot since the major. I'm not sure who pioneered it. Maybe nothing to say. I'm not sure. But this Dragonlance first with the level 10 talent, left talent, makes him like a draw ranger.
Here we go. Blink timing on the Centaur. They get the blink stun on the Snapfire. That's one kill. Can they get more? They still have the Stampede. Phoenix goes diving in with the Supernova. Bot in trouble with the TA trap slow. They want to burst down the TA with a finger of death. They'll get it. Supernova going to pop. The Spectre Haunt comes out, but it's not really a whole lot of good targets. And with the healing ward, everybody on the Radiant side is just staying alive. This TA is just wrecking them. The TA Deso with the blink Centaur causing all kinds of problems. Takes Assassin in, busy gets hit by the Earth Spike. Oh, they were ready for him. He gets brought down, the Snapfire spitting kisses at them, make it hide. The damage over time is not enough.
Oh no. Oh, I think what Boomy just did, just lost them the Roche. Like, him using the Snap ulti there, just lost them the Roche. If he did not use the Snap ulti, I think they can contest this, but right now, without Snap ulti, this Roche is free.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of things went wrong there. Not just the Mortimers, just an absolute teamfight destruction from Boom. Centaur blinks in and Makoto with it. I mean, they hit basically all of their early power spikes with that smoke, and see why Boom so intent on getting that vision down in that dire jungle, because they knew they were about to come online in a big way.
Yep, they understood. One kill, one simple kill into it was free Roche.
Nice play bottom. Armel staying out of the hooks on range to get a kill.
Really loving that Boom is really playing their lineup well. Go to TA. 10k net worth at 16 minutes.
That is a scary sight. His blink dagger. I mean, he just got his death zone. He's already up to his blink now. Able to do, but they've got to worry about some of their longer cooldowns, Haunt as well as Exorcism. And speaking of the Haunt, I feel like a lot of the Spectres we've seen be successful are more actively using their Haunt, whereas this game Gabbi has just been mostly spending his time farming. The first Haunt of this game.
Yeah, I think it hugely stems from them only having one gun on Nick against a Stampede, right? It's really hard for TnC to get a fight in their favor because Boom can just Stampede anytime and reset the fight.
Yeah, if you throw Exorcism out or you throw Spectre Haunt, you Stampede, you run away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
At the same time, he went for this Echo Saber, which feels like usually if you're just looking to sit back and farm, the Blade Mail is the go-to, but Echo Saber's not bad by any means for the farming.
Yep, I think usually what I've heard or I read somewhere that when you play spec, when your opponents are coming into you, maybe you buy Blade Mail, but when you want to go to your opponents, when you want to chase your opponent, that's where you buy Echo. So I'm not sure that this Echo is that useful this game. Because I don't think they're gonna be able to take team fights properly with this Echo Saber.
A lot of stacks still being made on the TnC side. That's going to help Gabbi catch up a little bit towards his TA, but it's still a 3k gold difference. Yeah, just on another level when it comes to farming efficiency, and with the tier 2 tower potentially being
Radiant's
claimed, they can
bottom
take this
tower is
outpost
under
now as
attack.
well.
Dire's top tower
No
has
defense
fallen.
from TnC. They can't fight into this Aegis, they feel. That's going to lead to the outpost being claimed just after the 18-minute mark, so no XP right away. What did TnC need to do here, do you feel?
Middle tower is under
How do they
attack.
weather the storm?
I think what they really need is to bait someone in the fight, like because you know that Boom wanna jump. So you allow Boom to jump someone that has buyback, and you sort of hope that they use the stampede aggressively to chase you, because they get excited, right? They want to chase you. Maybe they kill someone important with the DP. Then when they stampede, and when the stampede is almost over, you buy back and you turn the fight. That's how I see a fight happening for TnC that can be in that way. Probably around TnC triangle.
Radiant are scanning.
Because they are definitely not gonna farm their way back into this game. Their heroes farm so slow, all their cost.
Stampede, the big spell to look out for. I mean, usually, yeah, when you think of big ultimates for a team fight, Stampede's not the first one that comes to mind, but this game, the one spell that TnC have good answers for with their lack of block. On in, they use it aggressively. This could be the fight they're looking for. Death Prophet is the bait, but does not have a buyback, and I don't think they want to take this fight into the Aegis still. Stuck in the front lines, level 15 is almost got a Sanjin Yash to go with this Maelstrom.
Still 1 minute and 25 seconds on this Aegis. So maybe TnC wait that out and then they try to bait someone to take a fight. I think into this Aegis era.
Dire's bottom tower is
Razor
under
getting
attack.
close to a BKB, so I imagine TnC, for now, at least in a farming mode. I agree with what you say, like, I don't think they want it to stay this way,
Dire's
but with an
bottom
Aegis in
tower
play,
is under attack.
with a BKB coming
Dire's
soon,
bottom tower has fallen.
they just want to, you know, at least get that next item or two before they try and force those fights, but ultimately, to swing more and more in Boom's favor.
But all the goalie is on the tier, right? So, you know, one good fight for TnC where this tier makes a mistake.
Lincoln, Earth Spike to follow it up with the egg. Lion maybe throwing away his life for this one, but he can get the kill. Gabbi, that's huge, and they kill the egg. The Snapfire with the little shredder, and now they're going to get them with the kisses as well. Perfect team fight from TnC, and without the Stampede, they can't disengage. Boom! They've overextended. He's going to buy back for this one. They're going to lose the Aegis now on Makoto, who's potentially just going to instantly die. The 4-star from the Centaur is not enough to save him, and they're going to lose Centaur as well. It's a disaster in the mid lane.
They had no stampede and they chose to fight. And Gabbi with that on,
Middle tower is under attack.
used his Dawn, dodged all the
Radiant
damage.
structures are fortified.
Wow,
That's what TnC were waiting for.
so good. They knew all the conditions that needed to be met in the fight. Amazing. Gabbi, you know, you gotta give him credit for being in a position to get jumped on. Like, not every carry player will do that, where they know the opponent is in a triangle, but they still sit in the mid lane as a Spectre, hit the creeps. Like, Gabbi knew that he was gonna get jumped there.
Backed him up perfectly. Boom gonna have to, you know, reconsider. I mean, more than anything, that was Boom who also gave TnC a bit of a, you know, a free pass, taking that team fight without the Stampede. That made all the difference there. Otherwise, it would have been a very different story.
And the stampede was actually only like 18 seconds off cooldown, I checked.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely a mistake that bite Boom in the ass this game.
Top of some
Dire are
heroes.
scanning.
Bell's Razor is actually getting pretty huge. He has 200 CS for some reason.
Every time
Oh.
I look, he's just farming the jungle, and there's like a triple ancient stack that he's farming as well. Feels
This
like
is-
he's been farming more stacks than Spectre.
I mean, you don't pick a Razor thinking that this Razor can do this, right? I think.
Boom looking to punish it. They smoke up towards those ancients, where there is a double stack for now. Mel, does he have an idea of what's going on here? It looks like he is headed over to maybe farm it, but it's going to be Boom who find a new target. They back off.
Guys, you have no
Jug is-
calls, guys. Out.
Yeah.
A waste of a smoke.
No, yeah, about to say, no Jug, no TA. Two real heavy damage dealing cores that you need for a play like that. Neighborhood.
I mean, if their objective was to burst someone with a finger, at least your TA can't be showing pause, because TA showing in the lane just gives TnC the confidence to take that fight there, right? They will just start the fight because they know TA is so far. So even if they were going for a pick-off, I think the TA needs to not show in the lane.
Managed to get out without any casualties and still find themselves in a game with an even gold difference between the two teams. Jug continuing to, you know, do what he can to come online. It's been a very quiet game from Dreamacell. But not as we perhaps look at this mid lane for a fight to break out. Playing on the high ground. Him's the Nyx. That's the hero you want to kind of scout and be in the front lines here. Gets a blink stun. They throw the Stampede early.
Oh, Boom should not chase here, I think.
Yeah, without the Stampede, they have the TA trap. TnC holding the high ground. Dreamacell thinking about running in. Does have the Blade Fury magic immunity, so...
Chan is up soon. 10 seconds.
Yeah. It feels like they are a bit trigger happy with the Stampede, because it doesn't really look like they need it for that kill there.
Yep, for sure. I think they're just gonna go into Roche now. I'm not sure that TnC can contest it.
I'll take that as tribute.
I was gonna ask, how do you feel like this game plays for Jug? Like, is this a good Jug game as far as the matchup against Spectre and just this lineup?
I don't think so. I don't see any part of the Jug being good in this game, aside from maybe Jug has a hive move. No. Aside from that, I don't think there's anything in his toolkit that outmatches the Razor. A Razor typically is quite good against Jug. You link him, and even if he like only slashes you, you can heal yourself, and the link is still going through.
Here we go. We're going to find out how effective this Jug can be. Kescu's going to take the smoke kick. I don't think he expected them to come in from behind. Meanwhile, there's three heroes in the Roshan pit. They've got to get the hell out of this one. This does not look good for Boom. Still playing without a Stampede. Dreamacell has a Blade Fury. He wants to go for a TP. FBZ forces us to the low ground. Nice juke from him, and they somehow managed to not lose a single other hero. That was some really nice moves from Boom, who also pulled back on the Lion. Bok has the Exorcism, but I don't think he wants to go into the pit with this necessarily. I don't think there's no one.
I think they should commit to the Roche though with the Exo. If they don't, it's gone.
Yeah.
Really gone.
No, they're feeling confident. They go charging in with an Omnislash, with the defensive kills is there. Ornament Kiss is raining in. Stampede is available. As soon as FPZ is in silence, he's holding on to it for now. Okay. Dreamacell losing his damage here. Down 200. Both teams just playing very cautiously. Neither wanting to commit hard for any kind of a kill.
Boom are definitely more confident here though, because there's no Snap ulti, there's no Razor BKB, there's no Haunt, there's no X. They're like, here, Boom, you force it right here, right now.
Even without the Omni. They have no Omnislash, no Stampede. TnC still want to fight this one. Armel looking for a static link target. SQ, he just pulled back. This is not a hero you want to lose. Just go throughout his finger, knowing that he is done for. This arm coming out of the T8. Nice fight to get away. The egg on the high ground. Perfect placement. Armel in trouble. No BKB on the Razor. He could be getting caught by this. He gets just out of range. That may save his life. He looks to turn around. Nice plasma field catching out 3. This is looking bad for Boom. They're absolutely getting surrounded here. The cookie going in on the Spectre Illusion. Stuns up 2. Followed up with a nice scatter blast, and Mikoto going to go down. Doesn't have the defensive tools he needs. Dreamacell just plays going into the trees as the Phoenix gets silenced up, brought down, and Armel going to find them in these trees. FPZ to the north. Dreamacell down here. He's got no Blade Fury for a few seconds. He's going to die, and they're going to team wipe him. Holy moly, TnC somehow coming out on top.
The Halberd on Bok. We did not see it. The Halberd actually made all the difference in the fight. He actually made the TA not hit a single time, I think. So even during the egg, when the egg was popping off, the TA was not doing any damage at all. What an item.
And Razor having like the full whip, he was able to get out of range of the Supernova stun, or he was just dead. He was dying so fast, but just got away from the Supernova explosion, and fortunately TA could not keep up with that Razor.
Yeah, TnC it just looked like they're playing the fights better, honestly.
Well, and we kind of asked and questioned, you know, how good can this Jug be in these fights? And we saw a little bit of a glimpse there. Jug really struggling to do a whole lot, and he's not even being prioritized. The TA's the one that's being kind of focused with all these disables, with the halberds, Yule Scepters, and Jug just unable to effectively do a whole lot. Didn't have Omni Slash during that fight, but I mean, a lot of things were missing. There was no Omni, there was no Stampede. On the dire side, you're missing big spells. Razor didn't have his BKB. TnC just outmaneuvering. Boom. What are they? Mikoto, well, that's to say. Goes for a Rooney. Needs to be a little bit careful though.
Aegis on Spectre, Cheese on the Razor. And the DP actually took the Aga shot. So he has a very Cypher.
On bottom. They're going for a kill on the Juggernaut. He throws out the Omni Slash to try and keep himself alive, but Dreamer Cell gonna go down.
Marcel?
What a pickoff with the Horn.
Very creepy. Yeah, these things can't happen. Like,
You don't want to happen in a game 3 decider, but yes, they can happen.
yep.
Things starting to fall apart a little bit for Boom. They had such a good start to this game. Even game 2.
Dire's top tower.
Got to be feeling a bit like deja vu where have these solid starts, but then
Radiant's bottom tower has
TnC
fallen.
just gets the better of them in teamfight execution.
Yep, this DP shot is
Dive
actually quite
or
interesting.
scanning.
You actually cause the enemy to be feared for 2 seconds if they're siphoned for 4 seconds. So it can really catch this like TA and Juggernaut off guard in the fight. It's like this random
Radiant's
stun,
bottom
you know.
tower is under attack.
Something, yeah, that will randomly come out and, you know, no BKB or anything. I assume it, you mentioned the Spirit Siphon going through Blade Fury. I assume the fear will not affect him if he's Blade Fury, but
Yeah, I assume not. That would be
who knows.
ridiculous.
Oh, they get the dust out on top. They jump in on the Nyx, blow him up, and he pulled back previously, so he's dead for quite a while here.
He
No
had an
obvious
off sentry in the
objectives,
lane. Next.
Feels like those are the kind of plays Boom needed to do earlier when they were the ones trying to get Roche, but unfortunately at this time they get that pick off. There's, you know, they've already taken these out of towers. There's no Roche. They're just going to use this to kind of farm up a little bit.
Yep, Boom is definitely like running out of their timing, you know, until like the Juggernaut gets 2 more items. It's gonna be a bit rough for them.
Basher. Yeah, this Spectre Basher is going to be huge as well. Having that lockdown through the Blade Fury, being able to lock down a TA as well.
I'm curious to see. Curious to see whether the Spectre is gonna buy a moonshot for the Basher, because I've seen a few. I think it's like CIS or European. They buy the moonshot for the Basher. It's pretty interesting. I wonder if Gabbi will do the same.
Yeah, I mean, this Orb of Destruction is an amazing item when you've got such a like single target right-click build. The Echo Saber, Skadi, Basher.
Take that as tribute.
With the minus armor and slow.
Even though your Desolate doesn't. Oh,
Done, no follow-up though. Boomy's like, yeah, I'm not afraid of you.
flirting with each other.
Here comes the cavalry, TnC chasing, wanting to reclaim control of their jungle, their outposts.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Phoenix hitting the BKB against the Nyx, so his Sunray doesn't get cancelled instantly.
Makoto backing off. Makoto going for the butterfly. Do you like this pickup?
Let me. Is there something else?
All good.
Like, if he does not go for this butterfly, like, what else can he go for, right? Maybe
Yeah.
the common builds are Daedalus, Nullifier, Centaur.
I guess maybe the question is, does he need a BKB this game?
I think I sort of feel like he does, because I feel like he's just gonna get Halberd or something, right? If he doesn't buy BKB. The Halberd on the DP, some like random cookie, or even like Eels. Like, even Eels is annoying. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah. Cookies, there's the Mortimers, there's a lot of things that can do magic damage or table him.
I'm
And yeah, he
pretty
uses
surprised
that.
by this butterfly, honestly. I feel like if you want to scale late, like maybe shouldn't you just buy the Arca? I mean, sorry guys, he's the TX, but he's Grandmaster. You know, I'm just a pleb, but I would imagine that getting like something like an Arca and being able to really scale late and split out the map, farm a lot, would be better than a butterfly. Because buy the butterfly now, right? But still can't really fight with the butterfly. It's not a timing, you know, because you have no BKB.
Radiant are scanning.
See, create some more play opportunities with this Spectre Basher now. Doug can't just rely on this Blade Fury TP out. Playing aggressively. Have managed to weather the Aegis Storm, but they are potentially in a position where they're going to get jumped around this mid lane. Tim's in the Aghanim Scepter burrow. Playing around the trees, looking for initiation. They get the D-wards here, so a lot of attention around this mid lane. Not want to get caught out.
There's already a gem on the DP. These teams, the more disciplined they play, the earlier they get this gem, because they just realize like, you really just need this gem to like clean out the map for you. You don't want careless deaths to happen because of some random op somewhere.
Even not just obs, but TA traps. A big part of
that's true.
TA's strength is the ability to have all that vision, scout road, lanes. A bit of a stalemate here, but TnC feeling they're the stronger of the two teams. Gonna maybe start getting to work on this tier 2 tower. On the high ground is Boom. Kesku gets caught by a stray dagger. Follow up though, they're not going to look to commit anything.
He has a cheese on Gabbi, so he is quite complicated for Boom to burst down. You don't exactly have that much damage. Juggernaut doesn't do that much damage right now.
No way to break or anything to get rid of the version.
Oh, Centaur actually has an Aghanim's.
Ooh. Woke up, they saw the Spectre TP top, and they're actually, I was about to say, that doesn't mean a whole lot because she can always haunt him, but they immediately run at Spectre. Gabbi sees it coming though.
Gabbi is no fool. Such measly tricks will not work on him.
Yeah. Vicious play. If it worked, it would have been fantastic, but Gabbi, the second he doesn't see any hero, I mean, the dire vision, they have deep ward bottom, deep ward mid. Kim?
They're stuck here. Boom is stuck here.
Yeah, this is not a good place to be, perhaps, for Boom. They're going to have to play this fight well. They have got the high ground, potentially, if they want it.
Oh, they're going to smoke on TnC to wrap.
Yeah. They may just have to use this Stampede to run the hell away. It does give them that free pathing. Stampede feels like it could be a big answer for the haunt, but here comes TnC. They're on the low ground. They're going to have to run up right into the place. Armel in the front lines with the BKB. Going to pop it immediately. Out comes the haunt, but the Stampede away. That's going to block a lot of damage. Increased duration will help them save the Lion's life.
They use Exo as well. They just pop their Exo and their haunt. Yeah, nothing.
I wonder if they hadn't seen the Ag Scepter, or if they just, I mean, again, they don't have enough stuns and lockdown to make that kind of play. Maybe the Yule Scepter, as soon as the Stampede comes out, maybe change things, but great mate from Boom.
I mean, the TA doesn't have BKB, right? If Armel ulted the TA there, I think the Nyx can just follow up a stun. Like, the TA would have died.
Immediately spoke. Death Prophet Exorcism has worn off now. Haunt is down. They're throwing daggers towards the pit. Roshan about to respawn in 10 seconds time, which TA Trap will scout out.
Radiant are scanning.
No, they figure out exactly where TnC are. They're like, okay, you're going to play in your high ground. We'll go take the other high ground. Now Roche has respawned. The question is, can Boom go for this? Playing around their high ground, they ward their vision around this mid lane, around the Roshan pit, and Boom not feeling the confidence to go for Roche, even with some of those big spells down. Give the TnC some breathing room to wait for the Exorcism to come back up.
There's 50 seconds on the haunt. I'm not sure. I feel like Boom, if you smoke there, maybe you find another route to have at least have a fight. I feel like if you smoke up, you walk up to a cliff and you're not confident to walk up the cliff, fundamentally your plan for the smoke was like kind of bad already, because that was definitely your timing to fight without the Exo and the haunt.
Team Trap showing some nerves here in this game 3 decider, but Boom, a bit of gusto, walk into the Roshan pit with Makoto. I don't know if TnC expect this, because these ultimates are coming up soon. Box still got 17 seconds without extras, so perhaps there's just enough time, and nobody knows. Okay, they only find out now. They scan, but it's perhaps too late. Armo with the plasma field can scout it out, but it's too late.
TnC? Oi! What a blunder!
Okay.
Have haunt.
And it's a refresher shot on the Centaur, double Stampede. That seems like a game changer.
Yep, they have Aegis on TA They have a shot on the Centaur. Is there a cheese? They leave the cheese.
When you go from being a player to a caster, the only place to go from there is up, you know? You get back into playing. Seb cast at multiple TIs before he won multiple.
It's true.
Invisibility.
Here we go.
It's a far cry to compare myself to Sam.
Look, I'm trying to inspire and motivate you, you know? Good things could be on the horizon. You need to get good, in the words of Death.
Yeah, but
See.
Boomy actually has a Aga on the Snapfire. So I'm not sure who is he gonna try to save. But he has a dagger and an Aga.
Yeah. It feels like you say, it's less about initiation and more about save. Like you can blink in and gobble up somebody who's in danger and smooth them out.
I mean, he could make an initiation on the Centaur. That would be like pretty... If he spins the Nyx onto the Centaur and they exo and they Nyx stun, and they just focus down this Centaur like that, they can just meet the fight, honestly.
Yeah.
And this Centaur Stampede is actually so important.
And the nice thing for the Nyx is he can always set up that stun with a Spike Carapace as well if he does manage to get the right clicks on the stun.
Dire's bottom tower
Yep.
is under
The Centaur is
attack.
actually not that tanky. Like, look at him. All he has is a Vanguard. He has no food. He has no heart. This Centaur actually dies really easily. Because TnC right now, they already have so much damage. They have level 3 Exorcism. They have Spectre, like 5 slotted.
Dire's bottom tower.
This Centaur
has
will die
fallen.
in like 2 seconds if he started on.
Alright, well, Aegis advantage still going the way of Boom. They've got the cheese on the Jug as well. And still, I mean, we had this pause. I thought there was only a little time left, but they still got 3 minutes of this Aegis. So they've got a lot of time to play around. They can find a good fight with this. Now, see what kind of opportunities present themselves. Vision they have from their wards as well as traps, but again, it's TnC just playing around this same high ground on the right side of the Roche pit, playing around this ward. Plus the sentries they have on either side of it. They are not looking to let Boom get near this area. It's Hoof Stomp. The silence is there from the Mindbreaker, I believe, but gets out of there.
Spectre is queuing up a Butterfly, but if you look at TA, yeah, like he's already queuing up an MKB. So I'm really wondering who's gonna buy the first component first and expose themselves. So that's the item they're going for.
Are scared.
Maybe Gabbi will just buy the Butterfly anyway, since there's also a Juggernaut.
Continue to remain tense as neither team looking to make any risk whatsoever. All calculated plays, calculated decisions as Boom trying to find a way to break onto this high ground here with the Aegis on TA. They're going to chip at this, but I feel like, you know, they're not going to really hard commit. They're just looking to poke, see what TnC do. They're waiting. Both teams seem to be waiting for a mistake rather than looking for an opportunity to make a play.
Yep. I don't think that Mikoto can do that again because he actually backpacked his BKB. If they somehow manage to stun him or heal him, like if they start a heal on the TA, right, and Nyx stun, he can just die because he backpacked his BKB. I think that was a little careless by Mikoto, a bit over ambitious maybe. But TnC were not ready to punish.
Yeah, they're just like, wait, what's this TA doing on our high ground? This is new to us. Oh wait, okay, she's gone. We're good.
Sometimes these players, you know, when they have Aegis, they always swap their items in and out. They swap out the Deso, they swap out the Pike, and keep picking you, you know. So you need to click on them and really like be up to date about what they actually have on their hero.
Like the TA actually blinks in.
What?
Okay. Hurricane Pike slow gun.
Armel, come on, heal him,
Yeah.
man.
Look, Armel's thinking, let's play it safe. He's
Oh my god!
They smoke up. TnC want to make a move. They've got 15 seconds on this Aegis, so they feel like they can... I mean, we've seen this play so many times. Surely Boom expect this, but the question is,
Blessings.
how much do they...
Are
How,
scanning.
BZ does not look like he expected. Oh, never mind.
he's out. Aegis expires, and this bottom creep wave is actually pretty big, but I don't imagine TnC is going to look to just try and break high ground or something. They're trying to take a fight.
on the high ground.
Boom, in good position. Yeah, he's got the stampede up there. He can use that to get down. He's going to force out first. As the defensive has actually the Stormcrafter to get rid of the silence. Nice move from the Centaur. All the defensive tools.
Teams are just like, come at me lah, come.
Yeah.
Neither teams want to initiate.
You first. Like two high schoolers at prom, neither looking to, you know, want to ask the other to dance. Both hoping, you know, like, hopefully they'll come ask me, you know? Keeping their
all
distance,
game.
you know? Yeah. Exactly. There's a lot of flirting, but not a lot of action here. We need to step this game up from PG to PG-13. As TnC sitting back as a Boom. No separation in terms of gold, in terms of kills, objectives. Things are just neck and neck here. So, it is Dota at the highest level being played right here in a lot of ways. You know, they're not looking to make the aggressive plays, but it's because of what's at stake. $8. Chance at TI. There is still the lower bracket, but you can tell by the way these two teams are playing, you don't want to risk dropping down there with the teams that wait for you.
Yeah, these teams have a lower bracket.
Yeah.
Trust is in the lower bracket.
Yeah, Trust is down there. Execration, who knocked out SMG. Here comes TnC. Perhaps think they found an opportunity. Tim's just going to borrow in, gets the impale. Centaur, can they burst him down? He's still stunned. He gets off the self-heal. He's got the Stampede down for the damage mitigation. They're going to look to disengage. Makoto in trouble. They've got a second Stampede if they need. He doesn't have the mana. Okay, it's still okay though. He popped the refresher, but then didn't have the mana for the second. Now they're looking to re-engage Spectre. Gabbi gonna catch up the Phoenix. Phoenix is dead. They want more. Nyx goes down though. Omniscience being used to commit to this fight as Boom looking to maybe force this one. Makoto jumps in on the back line, gets Boomy. Boomy gonna go down on the Sapphire. Nyx Assassin buying back, trying to make this fight happen. Phoenix with the Supernova, they get the impale out on Gabbi. The hook's up there, the X-Stun is gonna kick it in a second as well. Gabbi, he's in trouble. Can they get him out of this one? Doesn't look like it. Now Armel dead as well. They've got buybacks if they need him, and it sure looks like they will. As TnC take heavy losses with a Dreamer Cell triple kill. Jug getting his name on this game with a triple kill. He now set his team up, poke at this high ground and force some of these important buybacks.
The double Stampede, man. This Centaur pick is proving its worth in this draft right now. Like, TnC just can't deal with it. They can't deal with the Stampede.
They're going to buy back, and now the question is, the Boom force this. Do they back off? No Stampede for 40 seconds, and we've seen where things have gone wrong has been when Boom has fought without the Stampede. Dreamer Cell is split pushing the top lane, still only 3 heroes alive. There is one buyback on the Spectre. I imagine Spectre is trying to hold on to this, not wanting to commit it. They're pushing both mid and top here. Perhaps is willing to give up multiple lanes of racks to save on to at least the one buyback. Mid racks looking to be taken by the TA while Jug goes for top. Nyx can only be in one place at a time, and neither place being defended. If they get a third lane, the Mega Crypts, that could be huge. At this point, Spectre, you've already not fought back. I don't imagine he wants to change his mind. Like, you've got this long, but at the same time, do you really want to go down Mega Crypts? Jug at top, just pushing by himself with the line scene behind him.
And this
They just
is
don't
down on
have any-
split.
Yeah. The only answer to the Jug with the spin is that Spectre Basher and Abyssal, so they don't get the full-on Mega Creep, so they get full lane mid and the melee racks up top, and they get out of there unscathed.
Boom is abusing TnC's lack of lockdown in every aspect that they can. The way they take the fights, in the way they took the Rexes, like surgical. And the Roche is already up.
Dire are scanning.
Well, that is a quick Roche respawn. Something I imagine Boom will be happy about, but TnC with 5 alive can make their move out, go and contest this one. TA Trap scouting them. I don't know if they still have that gem that they had earlier, so that vision control gets a whole lot harder at this point. Just relying on sentries and dust. I'm on the Radiant side. Look up. Wrap around, their way. High ground Observer Ward, they're gonna get vision soon. All the way above this outpost. Who can they find? They don't want Gabbi first, they want to get the support.
This rep is insane.
Oh, Snapfire. It's a great target if they can get.
They don't know. They don't know.
So patient. I don't think they've seen TnC yet.
Healing wall on the high ground.
They jump. Qualified by the high ground. Jug goes in with the Blade Fury. Then follow up with the stun. Catching out a couple here. The Razor trying to just do what damage he can. And now the Supernova coming into play with the egg in a terrible position. Just gets thrown up. Makoto doing what damage he can. Hurricane Pike to force himself away. But Armel in the front lines with 200 damage stolen is just wreaking havoc to the Forza Centaur buyback. But without another Stampede, it's not the same fight. The double Stampede of the last team fight is just not here. Makoto stunned up, is brought down. He's got a buyback, but a great fight from TnC. They had the answers. They blew up that egg in no time at all, and they're chasing for more. They're going to potentially get this Juggernaut. He can't spin TP because of the Spectre Basher, but he has got the movement speed to spin his way out of there. Blink Dagger as well. Great fight for TnC.
TnC looks like they were not prepared for that. Once the fight happened, bang, 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 dude, they reacted so well on all their heroes. Like, none of them got caught out. Like, holy shit. And the Stampede, I can't stress enough. I don't think that they can use the Stampede at the start of the fight. I think you need to use the Stampede to disengage the Horn and the Exo and then reset and look to auto-initiate again with Centaur and the Lion Blinks.
It can change when he gets this refresher, because then it feels like you can use it at the start or for some damage block, but you definitely need that disengage. Until refresher comes online, yeah, he's definitely going to think hard about how he uses it. Oh, be back up in 30 seconds. At this point, Ti10 not having to use buyback though. That's the good news for Boom. But the bad news could be that they might be giving up a Roshan here unless Ti10 does buyback. Doesn't look like Boom want to make this play. They don't have Omni Slash, so free Roshan, refresher shot, and Axe. That refresher shot would have been so big for a Centaur. Stampede is so valuable this game. Instead, probably going to go the way of Death Prophet, or even the Spectre with the double horn. Either hero, a great refresher target. Even the Razor, not a bad target. He's got it for now. See where it ends up.
Yep, the Razor has Arganium's Blessing already for the Eye of the Storm, and the Razor is actually queuing out a refresher orb as well. So potentially 3 ultis on the Eye of the Storms, and I think that will actually melt the TA.
That refraction will not last long at all. Has the +8 instances to level 25 talent, but not sure that's going to be enough. And Razor has the +1 Eye of the Storm target talent from the level 25, so...
Yeah, I think this is a wise choice. Like, theoretically, you might think, like, put the refresher shot on the Haunt or the Exo, but I think this Razor, I've seen Eternal MV play this. Like, this refresher orb, refresher shot, Razor with the Aga is insane.
Yeah.
He can carry the fight himself.
Yeah, does Razor need to become the main target in this next fight for Boom, do you think?
Like, the issue is if they commit too hard, like, the question is whether they can burst him, right? You need to burst him and Stampede to get out, but I'm not sure that they can even burst him. Like, they don't have a Daedalus on the TA. Like, all they have is the finger damage.
Suddenly find themselves on the back foot. They had a near 20k gold lead. They've watched it disappear in front of their eyes as TnC grab themselves Roche number 4, Ags refresher, Season Aegis. They have all the tools to try and win this next team fight. Well, Boom will sit back and hope they can wait out this Aegis to expire.
EP almost has level 25.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think that he's gonna get the spirits, right? Dude, this EP has 4,000 HP. What the heck?
Radiant's middle
Yeah.
tower
Talent.
has fallen.
Yeah, the talent with the Minotaur Horn giving an extra 20 strength. Oh boy.
So tanky. He's 2 times tankier than the Razor.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at the Razor. I was like, this Razor, you know, maybe they can kill him. If they get the right kind of jump on him with the disables, he's not a bad target if they can burst him before KB gets used.
Yep, for sure. The Razor is like one of the main damage dealers right now. I mean, honestly, they have like 3 damage dealers on TnC, I think.
That's where it feels like Boom have not... I mean, they've scaled... Like, heroes like Centaur are scaling well in the late game because of how good Stampede is, but their damage output is being negated because of the fact that they're all in on this limited physical damage of the TA.
Yep,
Jug
I mean,
to a certain
yeah, but the Juggernaut is queuing up a Nullifier. I think the Nullifier is actually going to be quite important for them to be able to kill whoever they want to focus on. So there's no, you know, pesky use and I mean, actually they get you. There's no pesky or 4-staff and Aeon this. So they just need to hack the guy that they're jumping on. Stun the guy.
Either team can get those good initiations. The smoke through the Radiant Ancients doesn't find a whole lot. Oh, I guess, was that maybe just for vision? I think they thought someone was in the trees. I think it was a scouting horn.
I think they were convinced that Boom were at the top side of the map.
Yeah. They smoked through the jungle and ran top, whereas Boom, they were at the Ancients, but then they just ran back to their base. So.
I think here is where you buy out the refresher orb on the Razor and you give the shard to the Spike. So in case Boom looks for a fight or the horn is down, at least you can pop the shard and have a horn ready to join the team.
Usually it does have the spell prism on Spectre, not your everyday Spectre item, but on cooldown being so important. Makes sense.
Yep, Gabbi as well has a nullifier on the Spectre. So this supports, like this Lion, he's just gonna die instantly. This Aeon, this is gonna do nothing. So let's see how fast Rescue's fingers are. He can hack the illusion instantly. Spamming it.
Yeah, otherwise he doesn't really... I mean, he has... Yeah, the Aeon Disc is not going to work against that Nullifier, so he's in a world of pain in this upcoming team fight.
The thing that will really change things for Boom is the refresher on the Centaur, but he's still quite far away from it, only halfway there. Next fight is gonna be... Boom really need to have, like, rethink how they want to take the fight, because so far their fights have been... They look mixed, right? They initiate, commit the stampede, but they don't actually manage to burst anyone. Maybe they just need to, you know, take it easy on themselves, make the execution more simple. Tell themselves that let's fake an initiation, beat out the spells and get out, and then we reset, we smoke up and we take another fight while the ultis are down, instead of trying to all in onto this guy with the stampede.
Now they tend to kind of sit back. Roche Aegis has fired, so no longer something they have to worry about as much, but like they've got bigger problems than just an Aegis here. 25 death profit now. Very Gabbi Spectre, that nullifier you mentioned. Just continuing to send out this illusionist cape illusion to shout what he can.
Oh, and unorthodox pickup by the Spec. He's actually queuing for... Gabbi Spec is queuing up for MKB because he sees the fly on the TA. You don't see MKB on Spec every day. This smoke.
The same play they tried to make earlier where they run at the Spectre on the map, knowing that Spectre's playing alone, looking to haunt into a fight, but it didn't work last time, and I'm not sure it's going to work this time. Gabbi's still in the trees here. Hasn't totally left. It's going to dagger down. Do they have a way to get vision in these trees? Still in the neighborhood, but... Oh, they're going to see this dagger. Oh no, the Stampede over the trees. They got Gabbi. There's no chance for an escape. Gabbi gets picked off the second he threw that dagger. They knew. That's an aggressive Stampede I like, because they needed a way to get over those trees.
Well, playing to win. This is really admirable from them.
Fortunately, it's at a part of the map, and with the mid lane pushing in, they had to kind of all TP home. I'm sure they're going to be able to... I mean, best case scenario, they force a buyback and get out clean, but I feel like if Spectre's buying back, it's because there's a big team fight.
Boom still has to be careful right now. They don't have Stampede, and Spectre has the threat of buying back. Need to... tread... What's the word?
Tread carefully.
Yeah, tread carefully.
They're on, you know, they're on like thin ice here. Go nice and slow. As they're gonna take the enemy outpost. Doesn't, yeah, I mean, I can't imagine like going high ground is like, what, get another Rax or something? Mega creeps definitely makes a difference, but getting like one other lane, a second lane of Rax doesn't change a whole lot.
And it looks like
Roche should be big though.
That's the smartest out of the three of us.
Yeah.
My prediction was
7:33. Okay, well.
20 seconds ago.
Spectre still is buyback, so I'm not sure that's happening. They are going to poke at this high ground, but with a Nyx Assassin Axe on the high ground, good luck. Kodo has the flicker, trying to take out the Rax, gets stunned, does get back to the low ground. Still okay for now. Out of
He's so
mana though.
brave.
Well, they've got the Lion mana drain. He can feed his enemies. Feed his allies with the talent.
Roshan is up.
Pretty nice.
Oh no. No, Roshan is not up. It's a late spawn.
Long respawn.
Minute.
Well, now that they've made that play on the Spectre once, I feel like Gabbi's gonna probably learn his lesson and play a bit more cautiously when he's by himself.
Sure. I mean, at this point of the game, there's no real reason to split up anymore. Maybe one of the TnC heroes needs to consider buying a travels. Oh, the Razor already has one. Maybe the Razor has to be the one addressing the lane instead of the Spectre. Because the Razor can at least clear the lane and in a safer position from the base instead of Gabbi pushing out the lanes from the start of the map.
Starting to posture around this Roshan, knowing that it could be up any second or could have already respawned, but we know and they don't is that it's still a little bit of time before it comes back. TA traps will of course scout it the second it respawns. TnC playing a little bit more blind, however. To throw some plasma fields just to see what's going on. Lion is on mana duty. When playing against this Nyx mana burn, he's just trying to keep the TA fighting shape with the mana to use refraction.
That thing is so nice for core players in the late game. But yeah, I think players like generally underestimate how bad it is not to have a Roche checking mechanic for TnC. They have no way to check the Roche, and boom, do the Roche so quickly. So TnC are so forced to stay around the Roche pit. The only spell they can use is the Razor's plasma field. So
Blink in, Blink belt, they get the Hex follow-up, they go into the Razor, they're going to look to blow him up, they do so successfully. Holding on the buyback for now, Hive with the Sunray, with the BKB, trying to find a good fight. Dream himself late through on the backline, he takes out the Samurai, who immediately fights back. Boxer, be careful, he's got the Exorcism up, already committed, but with his BKB down, and Aeon discommitted as well. Could be exposing himself, still no Roshan. A Spectre without Haunt. TnC threw everything at that, and it feels like Boom didn't even commit all that much other than the Omni Slash. They've still got Egg, they've still got Stampede.
yep, the Centaur has a refresh off. That's why they have a second Stampede now. Yeah, like we said, this refresh off on Centaur, it just gives them the security to take the fights.
Your 5 items.
Ooh. Well.
Smashing them.
Book of the
Alright,
Dead.
Ex Machina on the Razor. Double
Ooh.
BKB, double Shivas, and plus 20. The fact this item gives plus 25 armor as well is always kind of nuts.
One of the best
That's so
items
much-
for the Razor for sure.
Yeah, when you're up against TA Jug, that seems very. I mean, every tier 5 item you could look at and be like, it's OP for this reason, but. What
Yep,
else we got?
AG's on the TA by the way, and the
Fallen Sky Centaur, and then we've got Phoenix with a Book of the Dead. Imagine some of these teams are going to be looking to farm some more of those neutral items. Force Boots, Apex. That, yeah, Doug right up there. Plus 75 Agi. He's happy with that one. And the Force Boots mean somebody can just go bootsless. I wouldn't even mind seeing someone like TA take that potentially, but the Flicker also would.
yeah, like we learned yesterday, right? The Force Boots gives a basic dispel.
Yeah,
Dyer's top
that was on
barrier.
the Life Sealer, yeah.
Dyer's top barrier.
TA looking to split push top, gets the range rec, so now it's just bottom racks to worry about. Razor will be respawning soon. The Nyx is set up. Just one melee rack standing. Somehow, Boom put this game back in their favor.
TnC need to send someone out to farm the NC items. Maybe Nyx Assassin, go out with the Vendetta. Like these tier 5 items are gonna be so important for them for this last fight.
How somebody gets out of the base without being spotted though right now. Like smoke out. But you mentioned, yeah, of course Nyx can Vendetta out, but your Necrobook's now coming into play. And they have True Sight. That's a maybe underrated aspect of this late game Book of the Dead, is it gives you another way to scout out wards and to scout out this Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, free gem.
Global gem. Goes in with the Blade Fury. taking a lot of physical damage, but making his way through this, gets the Rex down to half health, and I imagine he may make another go at this soon once he gets his mana back.
Thanks.
While top, Mikoto just playing alone up here. Keeping TnC honest. Woo! Gobble up a siege creep and chuck it in. Oh, in comes Mikoto. He's just kind of swag. He's just keeping heroes busy while they go for the mega creep. Looking into the bottom, Dream Cell once again going for the rack once more, but he gets hit by the Abyssal, the Stampede to get him out of this one. Getting a bit too aggressive. Meanwhile, top lane, TA and Armel fighting it out back at bottom. The chase is on. He's doing a lot of damage.
It's fine.
Armel.
He's just messing with him, man.
Yeah, they've got the refreshers. Centaur can refresh for a double stampede, for a second stampede, but he wants to wait for the 60 seconds to have two.
The TA has the Aga. Right now, he has such a big global presence on the TA.
Yeah. They are well and truly living the slow siege life here.
I had such plans.
Mikoto stays at this top lane, and he knows, you know, if they kind of leave him at all, he can't even just poke at this tier 4 tower. Not letting TnC, it also doesn't let TnC leave the base to get neutral items. Dreamcell again runs forward with the Blade Fury, gets hit immediately by the Abyssal. The Abyssal making his life very tricky.
Yeah, I actually think the Snap should just like use his blink and like.
Oh, they're smoking top. They've been poking at this bottom lane for so long, I'm not sure they're going to expect suddenly 5 heroes to show top. Armel, he could get caught by surprise. Here they go, Blink in with the Omni Slash. He gets the Ghost Scepter off and Dreamcell with just a Swift Slash. He still has the Omni Slash. He takes out the Samurai, who doesn't have buyback forces. The Razor to hit buyback, and Gabbi in trouble, getting very, very low. He's trying to haunt around, jaunts his way back to safety with the Omni Slash from there. Juggernaut takes it out, forces the buyback. Now the Swift Slash coming up too. Dreamcell getting low. Dreamcell may just die. He does go down in the end. Has the buyback, but probably wants to hold on to it. Mikoto, he gets the TP out. Mikoto with the psionic projection.
Oh,
he made his way out.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a buyback on the Razor.
TA.
Buyback on the Spectre. That was everything.
Oh, that's big. That creates that win condition where now you just got to kill 1 or 2 of those heroes without buyback. They're not going to commit Jug's buyback. They'll just wait 80 seconds and then try and go force that high ground play. But also, they didn't get mega creeps. Not that it's like the biggest deal, but it's very helpful when it comes to keeping these lanes pushed out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if TnC try to walk down a lane right now, this TA is just gonna jump into their base and clear this rack to back off.
65 minutes. TnC, they can get neutral items though. What are they getting here? Got Force Boots, got Ex Machina, which they already had. Okay, so these are the ones I think they already had. Force Boots on the Spectre. Obviously, Spectre playing without boots has that max movement speed in the Spectral Dagger, and the Dispel as well to play around.
Armel as well, buying out a Hex, the Razor. Oh, he actually switched his item build. He didn't go for the Refresher off. He went for a Heart into a Hex.
I saw somebody queuing up for a refresh. He feels the Spectre or something. I don't know.
Definitely the Razor was queuing up the Refresher. I guess he just changed his mind.
We're doing Ballista on Dire. Not sure that's one they're going to be able to use. Razor thinks
it knocks your enemy back, right? It's counterintuitive to your static link.
Yes.
So, I'll be pretty surprised if he chooses to use it.
So a bit of a wasted tier 5 item. That's sometimes just how the dice rolls.
C'est la vie.
Kodo just jumping around the map with those psionic projections. Has double rapier queued up. I'm not sure if he's actually going to commit to those, but wait and see. Position down bottom is Boom. Are they going to go for a jump here? Tims. Very close to the vision here. On all the front lanes they go in, they blink in, they want to bring down Dreamcell, but he gets helped out by the Lotus Door. Fox charges in forward with the BKB Exorcism. Has the damage to take out Kescute. Line with a buyback here. Does commit it instantly. It's also the Phoenix in trouble in the trees. Here comes FBZ. Blinks in. The second Stampede now coming into play. They need to kill some of these heroes who don't have buyback. The Jug on the front lines doesn't have Barn anymore. Doesn't have the Spin. could be in some trouble, but it looks like Templar going down the right. Oh, Razor getting chased by Mikoto. One more right click, it's not enough. The armor is enough. The X Machina keeping him alive as TA goes down, has buyback, but TnC managed to win that fight, force a couple of buybacks, and TA being dead means they've bought themselves some breathing room.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, Boom, they weren't caught off guard. Like, the Juggernaut got initiated on by TnC with the Hex and the Nick stun. But the Jug was actually fine. Once they pressed the Stampede, the Jug was out. But the supports on Boom, they positioned a bit too forward and they just died. So, the Lion and the Phoenix. And Mikoto as well. He chased the Razor all the way into the base. I mean, I can understand because if the Razor dies there, then Mikoto just bites back, right? Even if Mikoto dies. And they can just go for the end game play. So I can respect what the TA tried to do. Yeah.
If not for that X Mash, the plus 25 armor, I'm pretty sure he just gets that kill.
Yep.
Made all the difference. And he's about to hit level 29, which means another plus 8 armor, because he didn't get that level 20 talent. So he'll have that soon. Razor is sitting on 60 armor.
Yep, I think it's... maybe I was thinking during the fight, like maybe Boom just need to go and hit the Mega instead of trying to kill these core heroes, because core heroes are really, really hard to kill. Like, they have so much HP, all 3 cores.
I mean, Boom probably thinking they have to play a bit cautiously. Neither support has buyback, which late game scenarios can matter a lot, because if they die or get picked off, those are going to be like 2-minute long respawn timers.
The buybacks on
fights.
The Razor and the Spectre are 3 minutes, so Boom still have an opening. They can take the fight in the next around about 2 minutes. Still a win condition for them.
They're going to be poking their noses out, but not looking to go too far. They only see a Centaur. They do go in with the Hex. They follow up the Impale. They want to blow him up. The Spectre haunts in as well. Can they finish off the Centaur? It looks like the answer is going to be yes. Spectre haunts looking for more. The Phoenix with the BKB. Glimmer Cape TP out. There's no bash in time. The Spectre couldn't get there quick enough. If he'd managed to bash the Phoenix there without buyback, that would have been huge. TnC.
Yep. I was waiting all game long for this to happen, where TnC managed to initiate on FBZ. Because I know this Centaur is gonna die so quickly and it matters so much in the fight.
He's going for the backdoor play. There's the clip. Can he get out though? BKB TP, but here's the Spectre.
No bash. Didn't he have Abyssal?
Not sure. I didn't click him in time. He's up now, but yeah. Kodo getting out just in time.
The Mikoto is such a boss, man.
Yeah.
Hell.
The fact
Like,
Bionic Projection is a 1-second channel time is kind of crazy.
Yep. Yeah, I think FBZ needs to be a little careful about where he positions. Like, all game he has been really, really good, Centaur. But he just got caught once, and that could have been really big. The Phoenix died there.
I mean, we talk about buyback cooldowns a lot. One other important late game cooldown is that glyph cooldown, because that got forced, even though they saved the racks there with it, with all the TPs. TA gets it. TA's making a move down the side of the map. A smoke. TA is using smokes just to sneak into the enemy base and lay down some traps here. And if creeps, the Necrobook is pushing top, so creeps are going to break into this high ground. And this Sentry Observer would do not scout the TA because she's smoked up. So there we go. Through the backdoor protection is there.
Abyssal. Oh, the fog foot. We fast and furious out here.
Mikoto making the move, styling over TnC. Into the roast pit they go.
Almost made it a really cool play.
Yeah. Here they come. They can contest this Roach. They're gonna throw out the X's and start things off. Death Puppet has a refresher, so there is a second one if they need it. The Wind Waker as well. Into the Roach we go. The Aegis on the ground. Everything on the ground. Who's picking it up? Gabbi on the Ags. That's not. He's got double Ags. He can't use that. Gabbi finally gets the Aegis. Both teams disengage. There was a bit of a cluster. Fucking the Roach.
Everyone just shopping the roof pit.
Yeah. Spectre dropped an item and then picked up the axe while he already had the blessing, and he's just like, oh wait, this isn't what I signed up for.
He's just casually shopping. Oh, 9 heroes look at him.
Yeah. Oh, Smoke Boom won a fight though. they smoke up. I'm curious to see what the plan is here.
I mean, only one Stampede. DP as a refresher up for the EXO as well.
Buybacks to back up. The Spectre and Razor, whose buybacks were used in that key fight earlier, have found themselves ready to go again. Dire got their own Necrobooks. Yeah, Book of the Dead on the Snapfire, which is honestly not a bad item when you can push out these lanes. But here we go, top lane Tim, playing on the high ground. That Nyx Assassin, he gets hexed up and gone up, but he got a nice Carapace up, but Dream Missile is still going to be able to finish him off with the Omni Slash, though. It's a long cooldown to play around, and here comes Bot, pops a Refresher Exorcism. The BKB goes charging forward, they want the Feast, but he gets the egg off, but immediately gets deleted. Nice Impales coming out from the side of TnC, looking for more here, but that's going to force a Stampede just to disengage. Meanwhile, TA in the Dire base, didn't get the Mega Creep, took down Boomy instead. Dakota with the BKB DB out. This man cannot be stopped. Now the Horn coming into play as well. Kescu gets picked off in the top lane.
Nash?
He's got the Megas, but he'll pay the price with his life. He has got buyback, but is it worth it?
Boom need to cut the creeps. Right now. They need to find a way to cut the creeps. I think TnC can end. Without the two supports, I don't think Boom can defend.
The good news is no Exorcism at least. No Refresher, so there's...
The Spectre already bought a Rapier. Gabbi did it again.
Okay.
Second game
Here
and
we
this
go.
game. I kill the guy
Gabbi.
without buyback. I buy the Rapier. Let's go.
Looking for that killing blow. Have Boom got any answer to this? They're probably just going to have to use his TA buyback. We'll see if maybe they go for a throwing range or something.
Yeah, I think they have to base race. I don't think they can defend. They can't defend. They need to go for the base race now.
Have a trap, but there's no creeps. They need creeps in the enemy base, and they just don't have that. So I'm not sure it's even an option. They're going to have to defend these tier 4s. They pop the glyph, trying to deal with some of these Necrobooks and hit all these heroes, but Jug just jumping on in, throwing out the Swift Slash. Looks like he can with the Blade Fury as well, but he's going to be zoned back here. Abyssal Blade stuns him up, followed by Nyx. Force up going to keep him alive for a little bit longer here, but Bob in the front line doing a lot of damage. Keeping up that exorcism, he used that refresher shot to make that play on the tier 4 house. TnC, they're ignoring the heroes, they're going for the throne. Gabbi with an Aegis, the Rapier, he's heating the buildings. He's going to die once, going to kill him a second time. They've lost Snapfire, they're focusing the buildings here. Armel, once again, hitting the throne, it's getting low, it's going to go down. GG.